Okay, so we've had Kamala Harris forced on us endlessly. So I mean, over a span of weeks, I never heard of her a few weeks ago, and now every corporate Democrat is like, Kamala Harris, Kamala Harris! Oh my God, you got to see Kamala Harris, Kamala Harris! See the new Kamala Harris movie? It's coming out. It's incredible. It's 3D. So I went on Twitter to see what Kamala Harris stands for. One of the first tweets I see was, "We need to put an end to the prison industrial complex that profits off the imprisonment of millions." Incredible. That sounds great. I'm all for that. But then you look into it, and it turns out she has all kinds of connections to the police state, to our prison industrial complex. At least 10 police groups donated to her re-election campaign for Attorney General in California. And she had the endorsement of at least 4 dozen law enforcement groups. In 2014, judges passed a law that would release inmates early due to overcrowding. But lawyers for Kamala Harris argued in court that if they were released early, they would lose an important labor pool, because apparently these prisoners working day in and day out for pennies, if anything, is more important to California than the actual lives of people who are locked up, often for little to nothing. So she's not cool with releasing these inmates early because they need the cheap labor, and she's hard on crime, right? Well, she's not really hard on crime. She's easy on white-collar crime. She refused to prosecute Steve Mnuchin for his 36,000 foreclosures. Mnuchin violated numerous state foreclosure laws, but, you know, don't prosecute him because he's not the one sewing the Gap sweaters for 4 cents a year. And Mnuchin gave her a little thank you. She was the only Democrat he donated to in 2016. You know, just an unmarked brown paper bag left on her doorstep. In 2015, she also refused to endorse. She joined other law enforcement in standing against body cameras on police officers, which, you know, she said it's not she believes it doesn't require a one-size-fits-all solution. What, you need bigger body cameras for the fatter guys? Or what's the problem, Kamala? This is just an easy solution to a lot of problems by our fucking cops that are brutalizing people. Also, when an Oakland police officer shot a man who was running away and was also unarmed and killed him, she refused to prosecute him, because she is consistently beholden to police unions, the police state, police groups. In fact, she even arrested the protesters that were demanding she charge the police officer. Those she has time to arrest, because they're sitting there and they're probably on a hunger strike, so they're very easy to take down. They're weak and tired. She also increased the conviction rate for drug dealers from 56% to 74% across only 3 years. We all know the drug war is a fucking scam, alright? It was started during the Nixon administration specifically to arrest people in the black community and people in the activist community. It's been a scam since day one, and she's increasing the number of people arrested in the drug war. She also backed a district attorney who falsified a confession and hid lab results. Also, Kamala Harris fought hard, very, very hard, to keep an innocent man in prison. His name is Daniel Larson. He spent 13 years in prison, and when he was finally, after a lot of fighting by a lot of people, including the Innocence Project, judges finally overruled ruled that he should be released, and she then came back and said, no, he has to remain in prison because the paperwork was late. The date is, he was late on the paperwork. She literally said, because he fucked up his paperwork, the innocent man should stay in jail. Harris voted to confirm General Mattis. She called him a voice of moderation and pragmatism. Mattis's nickname is Mad Dog, and his nickname with, among other military guys, is Chaos. That's what his friends call him. He's a fucking maniac. Yes, she voted with 97 other senators, but they're all the same fucking crap shit that's been pushed at us forever. Why would you want to vote for the same pile of shit? How about civil asset forfeiture? Let's talk about that for a second. You guys probably recall that that's when police steal the property of people they've arrested, people they've charged, but sometimes people they haven't even charged at all. They steal their property to the tune of millions and millions of dollars. In 2011, Kamala Harris fought against a bill that would have restrained civil asset forfeiture. Then in 2015, she sponsored a bill that expanded civil asset forfeiture in California. Her top donors include Comcast and Time Warner, who are fighting to kill net neutrality. You think she's gonna defend net neutrality when her fucking sugar daddies are the ones crushing it? Let's go on to climate change. When she was Attorney General, yes, this is a good thing. She opened an investigation into ExxonMobil to see whether they defrauded investors for undermining climate science, for trying to make people not believe in climate science, even though they knew the truth. Leaked memos have proven they knew the truth about climate change way back in the fucking 80s. But then, the moment she started running for Senate, she dropped that investigation. It went nowhere. The moment she started running for Senate and realized she needed the money of the oil and gas industry in order to win that position. So she can talk and tweet all she wants about climate change, but she had the chance to hold Exxon accountable and fucking failed. And if the corporate Democrats want to tell you that we have to put her forward because she could win, she could beat Trump, this is the one, this is the golden child. According to a poll a month ago, she would only beat Trump by 1%. That's inside the margin of error. So in conclusion, climate change, drug war, oil and gas, net neutrality, police state, prison industrial complex. She sucks on all of it. She sucks on all of those things. So as long as you don't care about any of those issues, then maybe she's great. Maybe she's wonderful. Maybe she's just a delight. No, this is the corporate Democrats pushing forward the same pile of shit that they always have. They've learned nothing. They learned nothing from last year. You lost to Trump! They learned nothing from the Bernie Sanders movement. This is the same shit in a new wrapper. Don't fall for it, but keep fighting.